Good morning, everybody. Pleasure to be here. First off, I would like to thank one of our early clients, Praty Poondla from Church Dwight. She's the head of quality at a large American manufacturing client, world's largest maker of baking soda products. So, Praty, thank you very much for joining us. So, I'd also like to thank the team at SAP for hosting us at this great event, and obviously all of you for taking the time out to spend the next few days with us. So I wanted to kind of jump right in and share a little bit more about who we are and why we kind of entered this space. So Avo came out of stealth mode in 2020, and it was we feel that the enterprise market really needed a platform that wouldn't just test a single application in isolation, but really focus on end-to-end business process assurance. And as we all know, a business process is typically powered through a variety of applications. As the world moves into the cloud more and more aggressively, we felt there was a gap where no end-to-end test platform was easily offered in the SaaS model for a scalable, quick deployment. And that's when we decided we were going to change this paradigm and work with a large number of ISVs, SAP being one of our key partners. We work with a few other ones as well in order to deliver this at an enterprise SaaS scale. In 2022, we had the pleasure of onboarding Church Dwight about 2 years ago. And I think the journey so far has been immense. We will hear a little bit more from Praty as we kick off this presentation. I will, towards the end of the conversation, also share with you where we see the entire business going, right? So test automation is an area of software delivery which is going through rapid transformation. And while today we support a large number of technologies, we believe in what we call the Trinity test as the next big breakthrough in the world of software quality. And I'll spend a little bit of time talking about that shortly. But let's kind of talk about the big picture, right? Most businesses are embarking or have embarked on digital transformation for fundamentally these key reasons. And most businesses today will all say, reduce time to market. They want to be more competitive with innovation. They want to ensure that their entire digital footprint is seamless and slick, right? And they want to mitigate risk. If you look at what happened last week with CrowdStrike, obviously most of our businesses went down for nearly 24 hours. And it was quite shocking that the world actually in 2024 came to a complete standstill, not just at the enterprise level, but even at the consumer level. Summer holidays are going on in Europe. Tons of people were off and unable to fly on planes. Flights were delayed, so on and so forth. I'm sure Praty, in Church Dwight, all of you are going through major digital transformations as well. Could you share a little bit more about the key priorities at the exec level?
Certainly. We are so proud to call ourselves as lean company. We only have 5,000 people, but we serve millions of people across the world with our products. So we have 38 different products with 1,400 different variants of those products, right? It's not easy to support all these products and deliver them with quality to the market if we don't leverage the latest and greatest that's coming out every day.
And I remember Praty was mentioning to me yesterday that their manufacturing facilities are spread all over the world, from China to Romania to the US and across the globe, obviously managing a large variety of SAP instances. So as Church Dwight has embarked on this journey of transformation, obviously ALM plays a key role in ensuring that the business can move in a stable and concise way. And we see this. I'm sure most of you that are adopting Cloud ALM are going through this journey in order to make sure that you're able to deliver a seamless release of all these applications in a timely way. We believe most of you know the value of integrated automation should be consolidated within one solution, right? SAP ALM. And we want to ensure that the clients have a single source of truth so that we can release with confidence, and more importantly, make sure at the exec level, you're able to provide a holistic view of a mission critical system and how it's going through those enhancements across the board. Doing so in a SaaS first model also allows you to scale this very, very easily and be highly resilient into the future, no matter if your company is located either in Europe or in APAC. Most of your businesses will have distribution centers, factories, so on and so forth, all over the world. And the ability to scale this up, right, with confidence is absolutely key to the entire journey. Praty, I'd like for you to share a little bit more about the brand, because obviously I've interacted with you and I've known a lot of the household names. When I first found out about Church Dwight, I really didn't understand how broad the company was. Please share a little bit more about the company with the audience.
Certainly. How many of you use baking soda? That's our first product, right? So we started 150 years ago with baking soda. Imagine that. And now we have so many products, starting from cleaning supplies, laundry detergents, multivitamins, and also condoms. So you talk about it and we have it, every flavor of it, right? So we are supporting all these products, not just with SAP. Obviously, SAP is critical for our business, but along with SAP, we have many different tools that we have to leverage. ServiceNow, Salesforce, Workday, to support the employees that work there, and also the products we manufacture and the supply chain, everything. So it's very important for us to test this, right, properly. It's not easy without a lot of people. And again, like I mentioned, being lean and supporting all this is a challenge. That's our problem statement that we had to solve. So how was it before this, right? Before we joined, we partnered up with Avo and figured out that's the tool that would work for us. It's difficult. We have about 50 projects happening every year. And testing all that, imagine the number of people, manual effort, and do we have like 400 testers supporting? No, not really. So how do we parallelly test things? How do we test across different browsers? So the challenge that we had to look for tools. And we were on the market researching. We came across, we looked up 25 different tools with 15 criteria that we needed, like key points. And surprisingly, Avo checked off all the boxes. Too good to be true at that point. But now that we have used it for 2 years, they have proved that that's true. Their passion, although as Vidur mentioned, we started the journey when the company was so young. We have no regrets because their vision was so good, and we were able to jump on the bandwagon and leverage all the capabilities that they are building. Even today, they are enhancing using AI capabilities, the manual test creation, and also automation. So all that, we are able to leverage that. So with that, a lot of time saving. Obviously, the people that were used to test before, they're going back doing their actual jobs. You might all have experienced that, and parallelly executing everything, not waiting, sequentially doing that, and it improved. Quality has improved tremendously, and the leadership is noticing the difference. So SAP, right? Like Vidur mentioned, we have manufacturing units across the globe. So China is using our HANA instance, and Europe has the ECC, and US has ECC. So it's so difficult to have one instance. You might know, you all might have experienced it. So our biggest project for 2024 and 2025 is to upgrade it to S4. So in this journey, we are looking into exploring SAP Cloud ALM. I've been listening to a lot of great things that it could do. So we are keen on leveraging that so that everything would come together. It's not just SAP, like I mentioned, right? SAP Cloud ALM would support all the tools that we are going to use. So we are looking forward to just exploring the option and leveraging along with Avo. How do we bring all this together and to connect all the different systems and also bring that agility to the market? It's important. Time to market is extremely important for us. Vidur, you want to add anything there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you were telling me yesterday at dinner, right? The business is extremely clear. The HANA migration is number one priority right now across Church Dwight, and we see this as something so foundational to the business that it can't go wrong. And when we really look at the impact ALM will play for you, we're very, very confident that it'll add tremendous value. And I'm very happy that we had the opportunity to work with SAP to build a tight integration so it's seamless and can be controlled all through the Cloud ALM platform as the entire business does these global rollouts across the variety of instances that you have.
Yeah, certainly. I have to add that I've been hearing cutting down the testing time to 70% is very important for us as well, Church Dwight as well. So with this partnership, SAP, ALM, and Avo, looking forward to accomplish that.
Thank you very much. So Praty, I wanted to also take a minute for the audience and share where we're heading, right? Because obviously in the world of automation, there's constant change. And over the last few years, I've spent a lot of time with my team talking not just to current customers, but partners, prospects, the user community, and subject matter experts. And the consolidated view that we see for this entire industry essentially is shown right behind me. More and more businesses today are talking about AI. I mean, at this point, in my opinion, generating manual test cases is a commodity. Everyone can do it. It's not a big deal. With Gen AI, it's become very, very standard. But one of the things that we're very proud of Avo is taking that leap forward and actually saying, can you look at a requirement document? Can you look at a user guide and not just build out manual test cases? Can it automatically convert those into Avo automation test scripts, right? Reducing the entire time to build out test automation significantly. The next big trend that's coming up in this industry is the maintainability of this automation. Praty mentioned that she had to pull 50 people from across Church Dwight to do testing. And obviously, these are not core testers. Business analysts, project managers, a whole variety of people came in to do that. Now you can imagine the complexity of taking additional talent when you have to maintain the automation. We believe there's a way to do this in a more optimal way. Can you actually take your requirements and as they get upgraded over time, is there a way to map them to the existing test automation and self-update the test automation to make it relatively seamless? Keep the human in the loop. It's super important, in our opinion, to have a reinforcement model so the AI actually gets more and more intelligent. But over time, the human becomes more and more confident that the system is getting to accuracy levels of 98 or 99%, and the need to monitor becomes less and less, right? Similarly, one of the early trends which we kind of jumped on was SaaS, right? Today, everyone is asking, and one of the key reasons we win in the market is being a SaaS-first solution. But 3 years ago, most folks were either little hesitant to jump into the SaaS bandwagon or were not very sure if it's the right approach given the critical nature of financial services clients. Today, Avo is fully powered on the cloud, and I think we're very, very fortunate that we're able to be highly scalable so that clients can adopt the platform and get going within a matter of 5 days or less. And finally, end-to-end testing in the market is also catching up. We're seeing many, many RFPs come out where clients are reaching out to us or prospects are reaching out to us and saying, hey, I believe you can do end-to-end. We've been, looking only at web automation, and we feel we need to do entire business process assurance. So all of these trends come together, but I think in the big picture, it's super important to stay ahead for the customers and predict what they want so that we can ensure that we're not trying to play the catch-up game in the future. This is just a quick little overview of what we do. I'm not going to go into a product demo. We have a booth in the back. Happy to do it there. But the platform essentially supports 200 technologies. We initially started deeply down the path of SAP and web applications, but then the computer vision capability was robust enough to essentially go across any type of desktop application, mainframe application, or any other type of third-party app, right? And in order to accelerate that lift, knowing that we can deploy and give the solution in a SaaS model, we also realized that clients don't want to build automation from scratch, right? So early on, we invested in building pre-built content libraries specific to the SAP modules so that clients have an easy lift. And that's actually what Church Dwight started to leverage from the first week of the automation in order to kind of accelerate and kickstart.
I want to add one more point. The main reason we had to go with Avo is no code, right? We are highlighting here. So everybody on our testing team is able to automate. Everybody has the dream to automate, but there is a learning curve. We have to learn programming and so on, but not needed. Now there are no excuses. Everybody in the team comes in, they start day one, get trained on Avo, and they can start automation. So that was fantastic.
Absolutely. And over time, we've kind of extended the platform. So some customers were very passionate about the no-code experience. Some folks were more on the developer side. So we decided to have different levels of user roles so that if folks want to customize and tweak the no-code approach, they could actually develop in Python or in JavaScript. So relatively easy programming languages with a dearth of talent available. And I think that's really allowed the user community to spread out, right, and embrace the platform from a very holistic approach. Many of our clients, as they go down the journey with us, obviously see a large acceleration in their migrations to HANA. I think, Praty, it would be good if you could share a little bit about your journey, right? What are some of the results that you've seen over the last 24 months embracing automation?
Yeah, SAP we still have to experience, but there are other applications. Most recently, like you mentioned, the 50 people that has to spend 3 months of time to support a regular upgrade, SaaS upgrade. And imagine for all the applications. So we were able to take all those manual test cases, convert them into Avo scripts in less than a couple of months, and we were able to run them continuously, not just once for the release. So we were able to leverage the capabilities that Avo provided and save up, along with the process improvements and the product that we took on. Totally we were able to save about 20,000 hours in 1 year, which is big amount, right? If you're talking about time and money, that's a lot of money that we are saving for the company. Nobody would even know. We still paying the same people, but they are doing different jobs, the most important ones, not just sitting there and testing, which really they don't want to do, right? They're doing it because they have to do it.
So, a little bit earlier, we talked about value realization as one of our core principles within the leadership team at Avo. A little bit earlier, I mentioned to you kind of where we go with the platform next, right? So today, functional testing in a relatively no-code, low-code approach exists with us, along with the ability to automate around 200, 220 technologies, right? But this is all in the functional realm. What we believe our future should move towards is what we call a Trinity test, the ability to integrate a functional test and then generate a performance test and a security test in a seamless integrated approach, right? And if we can do this, the user community then has the ability to essentially use one platform for all their enterprise quality needs, but also make sure that the entire approach to functional performance and security can be just maintained by just maintaining the functional test, right? So the burden of maintainability goes away through a seamless approach of just a single test to maintain across the stack. So with that, this is the end of our keynote. We have a booth outside. Happy to spend a little bit of time with all of you over the next few days and show you a demo. My team and I are here. Praty is also with us for the rest of the day. Look forward to seeing all of you around and hope you have a great summit. Thank you all.
Thank you.